Well, as you can see, Digger has totally destroyed the roof on his house. Big hole there. He split the middle. I mean, it was just a old tin off an old metal shed, but it kept the rain and stuff off of him for a long time, but we are now this train wreck. So today I'm going to take this apart and rearrange and work on building him a new house. So got things dismantled, and now I gotta try and level the ground out a little bit so I can lay down some pallets for a floor and then go from there. What do you think, Digger? You're gonna get a new house, buddy. Yeah, what do you think? You're not too sure about all this mucking around in here. So I'm just finding some scrap bits of plywood and things laying around to kind of jigsaw the floor together, and then I'll reuse the three sides of his old house. My idea is kind of to close in each end and leave the center open, but with a roof over the whole thing. That way, you know, he doesn't really like to be inside in the closed-in space. That way he could have the middle section and just be open, but have a roof on it in case the weather gets real bad. He can go under it, and if it gets super bad, he can go inside the closed-in space. So I'm gonna take some screws out of some boards and trim some boards up and get them screwed down. Then we can get on with the next part. All right, got sort of a floor down there. Just scrap plywood and bits and pieces laying around. And next up, put up some walls. All right, yeah, we're pretty janky around here, but just working with what I've got. Good thing I don't have an HOA. I realized when I went to start putting the sides on that these pallets are generally 40 inches on one side and 48 inches on the other. And Digger's old house was about 48 by 48 inches. But the way I set this platform up here, we're 40 inches this way, and then 48 that way, and then another 48. So we're like not quite 4 feet wide and 8 feet long. But I think that's probably a big enough space inside there. If it's really bad weather, he can go in there and get out of it. And then this space, I do want to close it partway in for more shade when it's hot, and get roof over it so that he's not going to be in the rain and snow if it's too cold. Though, you know, these dogs with these big thick fur coats, they really don't care. So, but we want to give him a choice. So off to scrounge up some more materials. Well, Digger Dog seems to like his new porch. I did get one pallet up on top there. And I've got to cut some boards to go across there to support another pallet. And we can screw the tin down to the pallet. Hopefully that will work. Hopefully it'll be enough higher than the old one that he won't be tempted to jump up on the roof. If that starts happening, I will have to put some wire over the top of this pin so that he can't do that and jump over. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Yeah? Hi. Anyway, I'm out of 2x4s long enough to cover this gap So I am ripping a pallet down because the 2x4 should be just the right length. Whew, I'm pooped out. This has been a long 2-day project and we're not quite done. But it doesn't shake anymore when I shake it. We are nowhere near level, square, or plumb. But I don't think Digger will care as long as it doesn't fall on his head. And I think I have it secure enough that that won't happen. So he does seem to like laying there on the little porch spot. And I can close some of that up a little bit if we get a really nasty winter. Though ours aren't usually too horrible, and if we do have a few days of bad weather, it doesn't last super long, just a few days. So next up, I've got some scrap tin to put up on the roof, and I've been thinking about just putting a little kickboard right there across the closed-in space, and maybe closing up the gaps between the pallets and the floor on the inside there, and getting a bale of cedar shavings to make him a bed, a little softer bed. I'm hoping that the cedar will not be so attractive to mice the way straw and regular pine shavings seem to be. They seem to attract mice. So I'm hoping that cedar won't be as attractive to them. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And now it is time to start doing chores. Well, I think Digger's new house is about as done as it's going to get. I didn't have all the tin up on it yesterday, and we did get 3/10 of an inch of rain last night. But the part that had tin stayed pretty dry. The other part, of course, was wet. So I finished the tin this morning. I put up a little board there. You can see, and I dumped part of a bale of pine shavings that I had in here. I was going to buy cedar shavings in the hopes that the mice won't be as attracted to it as they are to the pine. But I forgot, so I'll just have to remember this next week. So I think this project's about done. So some little details. Where our platform is 2 pallets covered in scrap plywood. There's 3 pallets standing up with their 48-inch side upright. Then 2 pallets over the top. And then this end is supported by an old fence post I had. It's a treated fence post, 8 feet long, but it had a really bad crook in the end. And so I cut it in half and used it for uprights to hold this pallet roof up. And then let's get up here and you can see the scrappy tin job up here on the roof. So there's 3 different pieces. That piece is upside down because that was the best way to fit it with a diagonal cut. And then this one has a diagonal cut. And I did come and cover up some little holes and one big hole with some flashing tape. So hopefully we don't get any leaks. And we'll see how this works out. All right, Digger, you want to go see? Let's go see. What do you think? Huh? You're too funny. Gonna go see your new house? Come on. What's this? What's this? Huh? What's that? What do you think? Yeah? What do you think? Not too sure about that? Okay, what if I get in here? Huh? What if I go in there? I get in here. Seems like a cozy little hideaway. I don't guess he's interested. Digger doesn't seem to be too impressed with his new house, but I'm sure if it rains or snows, he might come in here and lay down. What are you doing? He has an old collar. It has one of those little plastic buckles. Hi. Okay. Hey, what do you think? Huh? What do you think? Yeah?